Hi, my name is Philip, and I'd like to invite you to join me on my projects as I do everything safely in the right way. You want me to say that? Yeah, let me know before you start recording. Yeah, make sure they can see this, they're gonna think I have a business or something. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this skid steer here and the process of getting it and all the skid steers leading up unto this one that I've had, my first one, and the story behind that. So I'm going to kind of show you some pictures of my first one. I don't have very many good videos of that, but I bought that one when I was 15, and that's my first one, and I'll just kind of explain the process of that and everything I did and what I thought about each one. So let's go for it. This was my first tractor. It's a 1947 Case SI, and it's an industrial tractor, and it had a front end loader on it, and I'll tell you the story about that later. But I was working on a project clearing some trees with this tractor at my church, and another guy brought his skid steer. It was a Case 1845C with a 4BT Cummins, and he let me drive it. And 2 weeks later, I bought this John Deere, and it was on pallets. It was in a million pieces, didn't run. So I put that all together and got it working, and I picked up these tracks on an auction later. I ended up having to rebuild the engine, and quick message, if there's anything I can do to improve my videos, please let me know. Anyways, the downfall of this is the mechanical drive. So these have clutches, and when you push the lever forward or reverse, it pushes those clutches together, and they wear out over time, so it just doesn't compare to the new style. So I sold this, and I bought this Bobcat, the 843, and my first mistake was I bought it from a junkyard, and if a junkyard's getting rid of it, it's probably run its course. So the drive pumps were bad in it, and I pulled those off, and the one side wouldn't even move. So driving it off the trailer, this happened, and my trailer was never quite the same after that event. Anyways, so it just wasn't worth fixing. So I just put it on the trailer, and I found a guy that wanted it, and I traded him for this Hydromac. And this skid steer, somebody had put a 3-cylinder diesel out of a reefer unit, and it ran and it did work, but it just was not a good machine. It rattled really bad, and quite simply, it was just felt homemade, because quite frankly, a lot of it was. I knew I didn't want to keep that, so I sold that. And then I came across this 1999 Bobcat 864, and I got a very good deal on it, and I'll tell you about that dozer there another time too. But after I bought it, down the road I found this backhoe attachment for it, which was really quite a nice attachment. It had its own seat, and for a skid steer backhoe attachment, it was very nice. It wasn't as good as a Mini, but it still was good. The final drives went out on that machine, so I replaced those, and it was a good machine, but I decided to sell it just because I wanted to try to upgrade one more time. And then I found this ASV. It's a 4810, and ASV makes a unique machine, but a very good machine. It's got a 100 horse cat, and I love the track system on here because it's a very non-offensive track. And I had one of the final drives go out on it, the planetary. So I rebuilt that, and right after I did that, I found this tractor, and I went and bought it. And when I was there looking at it, the guy asked me if I wanted to buy a skid steer. So he showed me this, which is the one I have now, and I couldn't afford it at the time because I just bought this Kubota and I had the ASV. So on the way home, I listed the Kubota and the ASV and sold them both that week and came back and picked this up. And this was a good machine. It was just neglected. The sprockets were shot. It had a bunch of hydraulic leaks, oil leaks. So I kind of sorted through all of that. And that's a 2012. So my first one was a 1977. So big upgrade. And this has been a great machine for me. I use it a lot. I really rely on it. So we can head back into the shop now, and I'll just kind of go over that machine real quick. One of the things I really like about this machine is the tracks are hydraulic tension rather than grease tension like some of the older machines. So if you look in here, you can see that hydraulic cylinder, kind of dirty right now, but you can flip this switch right here and your tension in your tracks automatically release. So it makes taking your tracks off super nice. This machine has been really good for me. I haven't even had to put air in the tracks, and that's been really good. And they also have the transparent see-through glass in the back, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot more to say about this. I do hope you enjoyed this. Like I said in the last video, if you keep watching, I'll keep putting videos up, and I've got some bigger plans for the future for projects that hopefully will be a little more exciting. So I appreciate those that are watching, and have a wonderful day.